There is a strange thing your brain does almost every day. You look at the clouds and see a face. You stare at the front of a car and it looks angry. You notice two windows and a door on a house, and suddenly the house appears to be looking back at you. Sometimes it happens in shadows. Sometimes it happens in tree bark, rocks, smoke, food, stains on a wall, or the pattern of light on the floor. Nothing is actually there. No person, no eyes, no mouth, no expression. And yet, your brain finds a face. This is not because you are imagining things in a careless way. It is not because your mind is broken. It is because the human brain is built to search for faces faster than almost anything else in the world. A face is one of the most important things a human can detect. From the moment we are born, faces matter. A face can tell us if someone is angry, friendly, afraid, sick, dangerous, familiar, or unknown. A face can warn us. A face can comfort us. A face can reveal what another person might do next. Before humans had written language, before cities, before mirrors, screens, cameras, and photographs, we were already studying faces. The face of another person could decide whether you were safe. And because faces were so important, the brain learned to find them quickly, even when the information was incomplete. This is why two dark dots and a line can suddenly become a face. Your brain does not need perfect detail. It only needs a basic pattern: two eyes, a nose area, a mouth shape, a direction of attention. Once those pieces appear together, your mind begins filling in the rest. A burnt piece of toast becomes a surprised face. A backpack on a chair becomes a person sitting in the corner. A shadow at night becomes someone standing near the door. Your brain is not waiting for certainty. It is making a fast prediction. And most of the time, that prediction is harmless. You smile at the cloud, take a picture of the strange rock, or laugh because your coffee foam looks like a little face. But this same ability may have come from something much older and more serious. Imagine an early human walking through tall grass. The light is weak. The trees are moving. Shadows are broken into pieces. Somewhere ahead, there may be another person. There may be a predator. There may be nothing at all. In that moment, the brain has two options. It can ignore the shape and assume it is meaningless, or it can react quickly and assume something is there. If the shape is only a shadow, the mistake costs almost nothing. But if the shape is a face watching from the grass, ignoring it could be dangerous. So the human brain became sensitive to face-like patterns. It became better to see a face that was not there than to miss a face that was. This is why the world sometimes feels full of hidden watchers. Your brain is designed to recognize agents, living things with eyes, attention, and intention. It wants to know who is near you, what they are looking at, and whether they might affect your survival. A face is not just a shape. It is a sign that something has a mind. That is what makes faces different from ordinary objects. When you see a chair, you do not wonder what the chair wants. When you see a stone, you do not worry that it is judging you. But when something looks like a face, even for a second, your brain may treat it as if there is awareness behind it. This is why a mask can feel unsettling. A mask has the shape of a face, but something is missing. The eyes may be empty. The expression may not change. The mouth may be frozen. It looks human, but it does not behave like a living person. The brain recognizes the pattern, but it cannot fully read the intention. That uncertainty can become uncomfortable. The same thing happens with dolls, mannequins, statues, and human-like robots. They resemble people closely enough to activate social instincts, but not perfectly enough to feel alive in the normal way. The result is a strange feeling between recognition and fear. Something is familiar, but wrong. This may explain why humans are so easily disturbed by faces in darkness. During the day, your brain has enough information to correct itself. A pile of clothes is clearly a pile of clothes. A coat hanging on a chair is just a coat. But at night, the details disappear. Your eyes receive less information. The room becomes a collection of shapes, corners, shadows, and half-seen objects. So the brain starts guessing. And because your brain would rather protect you than comfort you, it may choose the most important possible explanation. That shape could be a person. That shadow could be a face. Those two bright spots could be eyes. The darker the room becomes, the more your brain must complete the missing parts itself. In daylight, you see the world. In darkness, you see your brain's prediction of the world. This is why children often see monsters in bedrooms. A child's brain is still learning the difference between imagination, memory, and real danger. A toy on the floor, a jacket on the door, or a curtain moving near a window can become something alive. But adults are not completely different. We simply learn to correct the prediction faster. We say, it is only a chair. But for one moment before that correction, the ancient system still activates. This system also shapes how humans understand the natural world. For thousands of years, people looked at mountains, rivers, storms, stars, and forests, and saw personality inside them. The sky could look angry. The sea could seem hungry. The forest could feel watchful. Humans did not only see faces and objects. We often sensed intentions in the world around us. A storm was not just weather. It felt like something with a mood. A disease was not just illness. It felt like an invisible force choosing victims. A lucky event felt like a sign. An unlucky event felt like a warning. The same brain that sees faces in clouds may also search for meaning inside random events. This is not because humans are foolish. It is because the human mind is deeply uncomfortable with emptiness. When something happens, we want to know why. When we see a pattern, we want to know what it means. When something looks like a face, we want to know who is looking. Our brains are not built only to record reality. They are built to interpret it. And sometimes interpretation moves faster than truth. This is why a face can appear before reason has time to stop it. Your brain does not first ask, is this really a person? It first says, face. Then, a moment later, it checks the evidence. That order matters. The feeling arrives before the explanation. You see the face, then you realize it was only a cloud. You sense the figure. Then you realize it was only a coat. You feel watched. Then you realize it was only a window reflecting light. For a few seconds, your mind has already entered a social world. It has reacted as though another presence exists. And this ability is not always a problem. Seeing faces quickly allows humans to connect with each other. It helps babies recognize caregivers. It helps friends read each other's emotions. It helps people cooperate, avoid conflict, and understand what others might be feeling. Without this ability, human society would be almost impossible. Every conversation depends on tiny movements in the face. A raised eyebrow, a half smile, a tightened jaw, eyes looking away, eyes looking directly at you. The human face is a language older than words. Before someone speaks, their face has already said something. So perhaps it makes sense that the brain sometimes overuses this system. A tool that important is always switched on. It keeps scanning. It keeps searching. It keeps asking whether something nearby has eyes. And in the modern world, we give it endless patterns to work with. Electrical outlets look surprised. Cars look aggressive. Houses look tired. Bags look like animals. Rocks look like skulls.
A random stain on a wall can become a face that seems to stare directly at you. The world did not create those faces. Your brain did.
But that does not make the experience meaningless. It reveals something about what humans are. We are social animals moving through a world of shapes, constantly looking for other minds. We are pattern hunters, meaning makers, face readers, story builders. We do not simply look at the world. We search it for presence. And maybe that is why a face in the clouds can feel oddly powerful. For 1 second, the universe appears to look back. Of course, the cloud has no thoughts. The car is not angry. The house is not alive. The shadow in the corner is probably just a shadow. But the part of your brain that notices faces is not interested in poetry or logic. It is interested in survival. It would rather be wrong 1,000 times than fail once when something is truly watching. So the next time you see a face in a cloud, a wall, a tree, or a dark corner of your room, remember this. You are not just seeing a random pattern. You are seeing one of the oldest instincts in the human mind. A system built to find other beings. A system built to read danger, emotion, and intention. A system that helped humans survive long before we understood the world around us. The face is not really there, but the reason you see it is very real.